Good morning. This is Professor Asif Iqbal Mullah. So, today we are going to discuss characterizing amplifiers in a module 2. It is very important to know how to characterize the performance of the amplifiers as a circuit building blocks. So here to characterize or to compare transistor amplifier, here we are going to present a table which contains general set of parameters and equivalent circuits that we will employ here to characterizing and comparing the transistor amplifier. Right? It is necessary we need to characterize and we need to compare the different transistor amplifiers. So based on this parameters and equivalent circuit given in table 4.3, right? So we are making several points here. Those points we are going to discuss. So first we'll see what are the parameters and which we have in the table. Here you can see several equations are given for different parameters of the amplifier, such as input resistance, for the output resistance, voltage gain, the overall voltage gain, and we have a different equivalent circuits for a amplifier circuit, and we have several equation relationship which define the relationship between these parameters. So one by one point we'll see here by looking this parameters and equivalent circuits in the table. So first point is that the first in the table, right, in the first point defining telling us that in the table first we considered here a circuit, right? We consider here a one circuit, amplifier circuit for our discussion. So which is having an amplifier, or this is shown a triangle shape amplifier, and which is to which we are applying a input signal V signal in series with, which is having in series with a resistance R signal. So this V signal and R signal together, which we are going to apply, or it may be a Thevenin's equivalent circuit of preceding amplifier under analyzation of cascading amplifier. We make use of Thevenin's equivalent of preceding amplifier, and here the actual input current and voltage which is going inside the amplifier or applying to the amplifier is VI and II, where I0 is the output current and V0 is the output voltage. And you can see here here one resistance, that is load resistance RL, is connected at the output, and this is a load resistance across which we are going to take the output, or it may be a input resistance of next amplifier under analyzation of cascaded amplifier, right? This is given in point 1 here. So next we'll go for the point 2. So in a point 2 here discussed about several parameters. These several parameters such as RI, R0, AV0, AIS, GM, R in, R out, so several parameters given, which are the parameters for the amplifiers. These parameters, some parameters here is a dependent on the resistance R signal and RL. Some parameters which does not depend on these two resistors, which is externally connected to the amplifier, that is R signal and RL, right? So here which are the parameters which are connected here dependent on RL and R signal, which are not, we are going to see here one by one. So first one, you see the input resistance with no load, that is Ri. Ri is the input resistance with no load, in the sense that Ri is equal to here input resistance Ri you see in the circuit, which is equal to input voltage Vi divided by Ii by when RL is infinite. RL is infinite means there is no RL, means this Ri is does not dependent on the RL. Whereas the Rin, one more term we are used to represent the input resistance, which is actually dependent on the RL, right? So this input resistance may change due to the change in value of RL, right? So next we have a open circuit voltage gain AVO, which is equal to output voltage V0 divided by Vi. You see next third one formula here, which is also not dependent on the RL. When RL is infinite, and RL is infinite means open circuited. When RL is open, there is no RL, right? So therefore the such gain we called a open circuited voltage gain. Whereas the next we have AV, which is not a open circuited voltage gain, it is just voltage gain which is equal to V0 by Vi. Definitely this AV is dependent on the value of RL, which is we are going to connect, right? Then we have a short circuit current gain AIS, which is equal to ratio of output current to input current when RL equal to 0, when RL is equal to short circuited, when RL is equal to short circuited. This is also not dependent on the RL, right? So well, there is no RL is short circuited, the output terminal is directly grounded, right? What is the gain AIS, which is we call a short circuit current gain, which does not dependent on the RL. Whereas the current gain next it is given here, which is equal to AI equal to I0 by II, which is dependent on the RL. When change in RL causes the change in AI. Next we have short circuit transconductance. We know already discussed that transconductance is the output current to the input voltage, that is I0 by Vi when RL equal to 0, and this is GM is also a not dependent on the RL. Then we have output resistance of amplifier proper, in the sense that when Vi is equal to 0, what is the output resistance? When Vi equal to 0, when you make Vi equal to 0, what is the output resistance? If we assume that the output voltage is Vx and the output current flowing at the output circuit, when Vi you make input Vi 0, at that time we can see this circuit, when you making input Vi equal to 0 and you are measuring the output voltage at the output side Vx, and the current flowing at the output terminal is Ix. So that output voltage Vx by Ix when Vi equal to 0 is a R0, which we called a open resistance of the amplifier proper. Then we have a output resistance here R out, which is equal to when V signal equal to 0, when you not applied the V signal source here, but there is a Vi due to the R signal resistance here. Some voltage is there in the amplifier input, which represent the voltage across R signal, right? So when you don't have V signal equal to 0, then what is the output voltage and what is the output current you need to calculate, and that output voltage divided by the output current when V signal equal to 0 gives you the R out, right? Okay, next we have open circuit overall voltage gain, right? So GV naught is the overall voltage gain, which is equal to output voltage divided by V signal, not our Vi. So here overall means applied voltage to the output voltage, but applied source, means output voltage to the applied source here. So whereas AV, you see AV is a different here, AV naught, you see that is V naught by VI. VI is the input, means the voltage actually going into the circuit, right? So here you can see VI is taken input for the AV naught, and V signal is a taken input for the GV naught, and it's total overall voltage gain. Then the that is also not dependent on the RL. When RL tends to infinite, what is the gain, overall gain, which we called GV naught. And then the overall gain when which is dependent on the RL is GV, represented by the GV, which is equal to V naught by V signal. Okay, so the further these are some parameters which are given here. So that is given in the point 2. So you see in the point 2, RI, R naught, AV naught, AIS, GM, all do not dependent on the R signal and RL, and others are dependent on the R signal and RL, right? And you can see the relationship also. RI is equal to RN. Both RI, RN is equal. The only the thing is RI is equal to RN when RL is infinite. R naught is equal to R out when R signal is infinite. So then next we have third point, as mentioned above, the non-unilateral amplifier are in, see here we have two different types of the amplifiers, non-unilateral amplifiers and unilateral amplifiers. In a non-unilateral amplifier, actually dependent on the RL, and their RIN, input resistance, is dependent on the output load resistance RL, and the output resistance is dependent on the resistance connected at the input side R signal. So that type of amplifier we called a non-unilateral, where a unilateral amplifier which does not dependent on the other does not dependent on the RL and R signal. Their RIN and R out does not depend on the RL and R signal. Or we can say that, you can see in the last sentence in the point 3, where which clearly given RIN is equal to RI and R out equal to R naught for unilateral amplifier, because it is does not dependent on RL and R signal. Okay, the fourth point, it is given here, the loading of amplifier on the signal source is determined by the input resistance RIN. The value of RIN determines the current II, and amplifier draws from the signal source. It also determines the proportion of the signal V signal that appears at the input of the amplifier proper, which it is clearly showing that the loading of amplifier on the signal source is determined by the input resistance, where the how much current it is flowing inside the amplifier is defined by the input resistance Rn, as well as the how much voltage, how much portion of voltage we are going to apply to the actual amplifier, that is Vi, how much Vi we are applying, means how much portion of V signal we are going to applying to the amplifier, which is Vi, is defined by Rin itself. Okay, so next we'll go for next point. Okay, fifth point, when evaluating the gain AV from the open circuit values AV naught, R naught is output resistance to use, and this is because AV is based on feeding the amplifier with ideal voltage signal Vi. So here you can see several relationship are defined in this, right? So you can see here Vi by V signal is nothing but Rin divided by Rin plus R signal, right? You can clearly, if you see the our reference amplifier circuit, so applying voltage dividing rule, we can say that Vi is equal to V signal into Rin divided by Rin plus R signal, right? And the AV is AV naught into RL divided by RL plus R naught. AV naught is not dependent on the RL, so if you put RL here infinite, RL equal to infinite, then definitely you will get it AV here, infinite get cancelled, so AV is equal to AV naught, that is sure. So then for further next relationship given here, AV naught is equal to GM into R naught, and GV is equal to Rin into Rin plus R signal into AV naught into RL by RL plus R naught. Like that, JV naught is equal to Ri by Ri plus R signal into AV naught, and GV is equal to JV naught into RL divided by RL plus R out. Right, these are the relationship. If you see, analyze the diagram above, so you can get this relationship. Here we are giving several equivalent circuit for our reference circuit. So for our this reference circuit, we drawn the equivalent circuit here. So equivalent circuit means we are replacing our amplifier. Here replacing our amplifier with at the input side with a resistance Rin. So if you look at the input side, you will get resistance Rin, where the applied voltage across Rin is Vi. If you look from the output side, you will get voltage source in series with the resistance R naught. Voltage source is AV naught into Vi, AV naught into Vi, right? So here next in the next circuit we are using same equivalent circuit, but here we are taking a Thevenin's equivalent circuit. In place of Thevenin's equivalent circuit, we are taking Norton's equivalent circuit at the output side. So at the input side, in the second diagram, you see in the diagram B, so where resistance Rin only we are using, where applied voltage is Vi, whereas at the output side we converting this Thevenin's equivalent circuit into a Norton's, and which gives you the current source dependent on the voltage in series with the R naught at the output side, you see. So the value of current source is GM Vi, right? So that current source dependent on the Vi, right? So the third circuit here, which represents the voltage gain at the output side for the overall circuit, means by considering V signal as a input. So this is a overall equivalent circuit, we can say that. So therefore here we are taking the output voltage source at the output side dependent on the V signal, not dependent on the Vi, GM into V signal instead of Vi. So and also we are taken the output resistance in series with R out, because the R out here is dependent on the RL, right? So here you can clearly read out the point, right? So from the this table, so about the relationship between several parameters which is defined in the table is given in point 5, whereas last point 6 it is given that we urge the reader to carefully examine and reflect on the definition and 6 relationship present in the table 4.3, right? So here, so table 4.3 you have to clearly analyze. So clearly you can get the relationship between the several parameter easily, you can understand easily. So we'll continue our next session with the next topic, right? Till then, take care, be safe, stay in home. Bye bye. Thank you very much.